History is not a burden on the memory, but an illumination of the soul. Hi guys, welcome to another amazing video of Protrickzzz. Well, today we'll deal with one of the most interesting topic, and that is history of psychology. Yeah guys, I know histories are boring, but believe me guys, these topics are quite interesting. So, let's start. Well, psychology is relatively young science with its experimental roots in the 19th century when it compared to human physiology, which date much earlier. So in those days, if anyone interested in exploring issues related to mind, generally did so in a philosophical context prior to the 19th century. So two men working in the 19th centuries are generally credited as being the founders of psychology as a science and academic discipline that were distant from philosophy. And their name were William Boone and William James. Give them a big round of applause, guys. Come on, they deserve it. So, William Boone was a person who established the first laboratory within the philosophy department at the University of Leipzig with the goals of applying the experimental methods of natural science to philosophical problem. Specifically, Boone believed that he would understand the structure of mind through introspection. So when I say introspection, what do I mean? It is nothing but a close examination of one's own conscious experience. So this school of thought is known as structuralism. So as Boone believed that introspection would eventually reveal the hidden structures of mind, even though it has been replaced with more objective measures, this work represents the beginning of psychology as a science because it showed that mental process could be quantified. Now comes the second savior, and he is none other than William James. So what he did was he built upon Charles Darwin's ideas about natural selection. Specifically, he proposed that much like our physical characteristics, human psychological characteristics evolved because they were functional. They provide some kind of evolutionary advantage. So this school of thought is known as functionalism, and it was focused on understanding how specific mental processes help people survive and adapt to their environment. These days, this work has evolved into a branch of study called evolutionary psychology, which attempts to explain psychological processes such as perception, language, and memory as being the products of evolutionary adaptation. Now, I gotta introduce a person who is considered as a father of psychoanalysis, and guess who? Obviously Sigmund Freud. Freudian psychology, which focused on the role of the unconscious and shaping behavior. So Freud believed that our behavior was driven by our forgotten childhood experience and unconscious desire. Seriously? See, in my opinion, this doesn't make sense at all. What about you guys? Does this make sense? Comment me below. Well, he's a great guy who developed psychoanalytic treatment approaches intended to treat psychological symptoms by bringing the unconscious material into their conscious awareness. So how he bring unconscious material into conscious awareness? It is through the analysis of dreams and talk therapy. So I agree guys, Sigmund Freud was a great guy because he inspired many other psychologists like Carl Jung Erikson, Alfred Adler, and Karen Horney. Each of these theorists shared Freud's beliefs about importance of earlier childhood experience, but then they felt that Freud overemphasized certain factors like sex desires and that he had overly negative view of human nature. They began to explore other motivators such as the drive to achieve or to build a close connection. So many of Freud's ideas were not falsifiable and therefore not scientific. For example, it's not possible to test whether a person's behavior is influenced by an undetected unconscious desire. So concluding, we can say that as psychology developed, it becomes more scientific. And later, schools of thought shifted away from psychoanalytic perspective to focus on testable hypothesis about the cause of thoughts, feelings, and behavior. So thank you so much for watching my video. So for more videos, subscribe my channel. Thank you.